Good morning, good afternoon. It's after Easter Monday and the grand wind. So if you end up coming to the live class here and it's an extraordinarily demanding weather situation, then most likely the teacher next week will be Angela. She will probably take you into the studio. If we get a wind like that again, because we're illegal to be inside. So sit like this.
Where are you going to be next week?
I'm going to be surfing in Baja. That's me. Yeah, my sister's coming, so I'm leaving my mom for a week. And I'll Zoom from down there. This is for the live kids here. I'll Zoom the class. So you get to see the ocean again. If you end up dying sitting like this, you can always flop into crossed leg. But it's good to, does it the top of your feet that are killing you? Everything. Well, good. Stay for a few seconds. Fold your fingertips onto the pads of and open your palms up. Yeah. And then the thumbs are up, the claw. The thumbs are up like an antenna. You're gonna smash your belly button to your backbone. Exhale. Snap the belly button backwards like someone pops you in the stomach. So you force the breath out. Stay in the nose. The breath will come automatically on the inhale. Relax the shoulders, stretch the arms, lift the chest, strengthen your back. And when it gets too much, Sasha, just sit down. X. Good. Try and use the belly button. Like you were trundling up a hill. Just go ahead and sit cross-legged. Try not to frown. Keep the palms open, finger knuckles together in your nose. Exhale through the nose. Arms are in a big Y or a big V. Drop the shoulders. Try and use your back to hold the arms. Lift the chin parallel to the earth. Good. Stay about 10 more seconds. Now speed it up a little bit. 10 more seconds. Oh, don't give up. It's just your arms, Orange Theory. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Thumbs come together, look up. Breathe in more air. Thumbs are together, so you really make that connection. Breathe in some more breath. Hold the breath. Now contract the bottom, stretch and swallow. Look up. Breathe in. Hold the breath. Swallow, contract, and reach. Once more, breathe in, hold the breath, swallow, and contract. So you absorb the oxygen, slide your hands on down your heart line, nestling the thumbs at your breastplate. Invite yourself to cultivate an intimate relationship with your breath. Invite yourself to be your breath, to breathe your breath, and to consciously follow your breath as you move through that interior. Easy, just notice, let your hands settle on your thighs, scan the body. I know that often it's very irritating, the top of your feet or sitting in this position. Remember, we want to keep a depth at a range of motion. We want to keep wide in our abilities. So if this is unfamiliar territory, practice for a minute or two, and then we'll roll on out. Take a nice deep breath and roll off to one side or the other. Pull your legs around and easy. Stretch the legs out. Squeeze the toes, bounce the knees. That's always kind of shocking to find yourself that you only know how to sit one way. So get that inside meridian, get that blood flow going in the interior arteries, top of the thighs, pull the bottom back, wiggle the toes, arms up and overhead. Exhale, bow down. Easy, stay there, rock a little bit side to side. Easy, rock your bottom a little bit, squeeze your toes. kind of just wiggle around. So you inhabit your vessel, kind of give yourself that conscious inhabitation of the temple. Gives you a vision, an inner vision. Hands are going to go backside, offside the shins, straighten the elbows and pull the toes towards your nose. Straighten the legs out. Says, oh no. Crawl. You can hold on to the top of the shins if you need to. Pull yourself forward a little bit. Breathing. And then point the toes, open the top of the feet so that you get the ankles together. Try and squeeze. Try and squeeze. Those high heels, they'll get you every time. Squeeze the calves together, darling. Pull the knees together and activate the little bikini bottom. Lift your chest so you're looking out over the top of the toes. Open the top of the feet. Can you pull the heels back more towards your calves? Straighten the legs, breathe in, breathe out. Oh, good job. Ballerina toes. And then push the heels. You're going to feel it in the back of the calves and the back of the knees. The little toes are coming to your ears. Push the legs. Crawl yourself out there. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm glad you guys got sore on Sunday. Good for you. It's usually not that strong. Open the top of the feet again. Range of motion. Sasha says this is just murder. Pull yourself forward. Pull your bottom back. Try and get the back straight. So you've lifted the chest up, out, and over the knees. Breathing in. Activate that midline. Good job. Breathing, exhaling out through the back of the knees, the back of the thighs. And once more, oh, there you go. Point the toes to the sky. Wiggle around a little bit, hands offside the body, start at your tailbone. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. You can put a micro bend in the knees as you bow down. Inhale, stack the vertebrae, go through the mid-back, arms sweep overhead, bow down, let your head go with you. Undulate the spine, sweep up. Exhale, you can bend the knees a little bit if you need to. Good. I'm gonna go with a little more flow, not so much exactness. Breathing in, breathing out. We want to bombard the body with oxygen. Want to move that prana. Bigger swing, Vivian. There you go. Once more. Big swing. You got dogs. They'll take you off for a ride. And once more, inhale, lift up. Bow down. Inhale, arms overhead. Hands come together, spread the feet, jump up into picnic table. Oops. Shake out the tailbone, open and close. It's your money maker. You want it nice and loose. The right leg to the sky. Strong arms, buns up, breathe. Oh dear, we have steer manure. What's it called? Other leg. That's good. If we're from the Midwest, it's probably a familiar. Get a little higher, darling. That's good. And lower down. Breathe, both buns up. And then pop on down. Bring your legs into your chest. You're going to have a little bit of a tough time. If you want to roll your mat like this and make a little berm. That's good. Put it right behind your tailbone. Just, yeah, use it so that you don't roll down completely. You're going to bring the thighs to your chest, sit up nice and tall, and kind of fan. Right off the bat, you go. You don't have to be like a king and sit up on top of it. You can sit right in front of it. Breathing. Breathing and pointing those toes that you don't like to do much. This is the prance. Breathe, Vivian. David, don't fall off your chair. He does it in a chair. Both legs up. Now both toes to your nose. Eye level. Thighs at your ribs. Shoulders down. Squeeze your wings. Breathe in, breathe out. Long in the neck. Easy. Hold the thighs. Stretch the legs. Open the top of the feet. Look over your toes. Squeeze the wings together. Squeeze the inner legs together. Make them like a merman leg. Hold them up a little higher, arms by the side. Breathe on one. Breathe on two. Breathe on three. Oh, good job. When did you start that? Exhale out, up and over. Hi, Brenda. I never said hello to you. Hi, Dana. Will, you're way over here. Breathe in, breathe out. All right. Nice muscles, Andrew. Look at your arms. Walk your hands back. He had all this surgery. He's feeling. Go again. This is to strengthen the muscles of your back. Pull the thighs next to your ribs. Add a little action in your root. Stretch your legs up. You can hold. Now squeeze your wings together. Look over your toes. Long spine, stomach in. Breathing. They don't want to go, do they? A little higher, darling. Squeeze the inner knees together. That's good. Arms by the side. Breathe on one. Knees together. Breathe on two. Breathe on three. Arms up, arms down, arms up. No, don't give up yet. Arms up, arms down. And again, Orange Theory, here you come. One more. I said shit. Up, out, and over. Breathe. Good girl, you're making them sings. Vivian's on a roll. That's good. What we're trying to do is really just coordinate the body and strengthen where the support comes, but normally you feel it in your quads. So bring your legs in, open the feet out wide and hands back behind you, and you can just windshield wipe. Keep the feet nice and wide and get the knees all the way to the ground. Open your feet nice and wide. Careful of that wrist, Melissa. Do you have your band on? No, you forgot. Other side. Open your feet a little further apart, Lee, so you get that knee down. Oh, there's the puppy. Go to the right side. Knees are down. And just pulse that left bottom up so that you stretch out the thigh. Keep the knee down and just get a little bit of action. Ah, there you go. The hula. Good. And breathing down, lift on up. Stretch the leg, stretch the thigh. Nice. And then down, easy. Then walk your hands a little closer to you so you're right up on those two sit bones. Take the back hand and curl it away from your bottom. And take the front arm, the left arm, and spin it around. So you look over the right shoulder. See if you can see something gorgeous. Breathe and twist in the body. And then stretch out that left leg so it goes nice and long. You can feel that opening up in your lower pelvis. Stretch that leg even further. Good. And then easy, you're gonna lift the hips up and the knee up, stretch that left arm to the sky. There you go. Breathe. Get the knee off. Get the knee off, Sash. Ah, breathe. He says, oh my God, I feel like cooked spaghetti. Breathing. And down you come and easy. Pull the leg in, the legs in, and we have it. Add a little ta-da, a little wave, grab the outside of your feet, pop the knees. Good. Back on the farm. It feels like we're in Hemet sometimes. Exhale and bow down. See if you can kiss your toes. I mean, it's kind of a, oh, look at you guys. Go, Linda. Go, Susan, way down there. Can't believe that puppy doesn't do yoga. He just watches you. So cute. And then easy, we come on back up. Take your hands outside, open the feet up, bring the arms back behind you, and flip the knees, windshield wiper again. Really allowing that length of your thigh bone and that length of your quadricep to pull out from that insertion point. You know, how they connect to this pelvic bowl. It's always quite an amazing Oh, I hope he doesn't mow right now. Off to the left. And easy, just pulse, pulse. It's kind of like na 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 na. Chill bar. Na na na. Maybe they'll go far away. And then lift up, easy. Lift the hips, squeeze it. Oh, that's good. Lift the buns up, breathing. And then drop down, bring your hands closer to you so that you actually feel yourself settled on both of those sit bones. Take the back hand and turn it away from your body. That right hand's gonna spin around. Oh, it feels so, that's good. Yeah, that's perfect. You just wanna make yourself kind of wound up. So you're spiraling your spine and stretching the body nice and long. Breathing, and then stretch that right leg out nice and long. Reach it away from you. Raise up that right arm, raise up the knee, the hips, good, beautiful. Stretch and breathe. Lift your throat. Breathe easy in and out. Really visualize that connection, stretching nice and strong with the arm on the ground. And easy, plop on down. Pull the legs together and we can go ta-da. Bring the legs in, stretch the legs out, pull the buns behind you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lay out on top of your thighs. Reach for your ankle. Oh, yay. Wherever you touch, you're further than you were. Yes or no? A little bit? Yep, that's good. Positive reinforcement. What do you say, Gordon? Are you further? Oh, yeah, he says, with much authority. Good job. It's interesting, isn't it? Coming over the top of your feet, Lee. Watch that right foot. That right foot has get your ankles together. Don't let it pronate. Good, David, are you down on the ground? Grab those outside of your feet, Andrew. The outside. That's it. Drop your elbows. Drop the back of your knees. Breathe softly. Cry a little. Dana, I don't see you at all. I just see the fans. You're not even in the screen. There you are. The gigantic brown couch. How is it? Sasha, are you happy? Kind of. It's so painful. Walk your hands back on in. Bring the legs in and you can cross your feet. You can still sit on that little rolled up part of your mat. Gives you a little raise. See, now you're really loosening the hips like this. Good. Yawning is a lack of oxygen, or you're becoming relaxed and ready for a nap. Arms up and overhead. Slide on down the heart line. Easy, inhale, lift on up. Exhale, bring the hands back around behind you. Pull your elbows in, press down. Put the thumbs so they're on the outside of your body and lift your chest up and try and pull the elbows together. You almost pull yourself off the mat. Good job. Lift the chest, that's good. Squeeze the wing bones. Squeeze, it's good. Inhale and exhale, 2 breaths. 1, exhale. 2, tongue out to the chin. Once more, breathe in, tongue to the chin. Inhale, sit back up on your sit bones, arms out up and overhead. Humbly slide down the heart line, spread the hands out. This time we slide the chest forward, the elbows back. Press on the inside of the legs and really reach the ribs away from your pubic bone. You can feel it in the outside hips, yep. And now we'll spin around that pelvic bowl. Lead with your heart. Go behind the tailbone. Good. Elbows are high, Will. And go the other direction. Oh, good. Really massage that inner, tickly. And easy. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale the right hand over the right knee and pulse softly. Elbows raised over your ear. Let yourself be a little bit of a diagonal. Gordon, you can stretch that arm out offside the knee a little more. Does it hurt your ankles? A little bit. You can sit heel, crotch if you want. Maybe, see how it is. Then inhale back up, happy cactus, jazz hands. Spin, spin, get rid of all the flies. Let your head go with you, Vivian. Really loosen up the obliques and the waist and that lower back. And then easy, end up at your right side and dive on down. Elbows are up, head goes down to the right knee. Now pull your stomach in and torque your upper body so the heart is over the thigh. The heaviness of your head stretch you down. Good job. Try and raise, that's good. You can walk your hands further out and further forward, Gordon. Further forward. Good, and then shift your heart. Good job. Breathing. Ay, who knew? And then easy, Mitchie, march your hands around. I don't have a scarf today. Sit up nice and tall. Take that left hand back behind you and that right hand on the outside of the thigh. Sit strongly in your sit bones. Look over your left shoulder. Eyes are open wide, or if you're in the wind, maybe not. But slide your eyeballs into the edge of the socket. See if you can see way behind you your guides and your gods and your ghosts. And then easy, bring your arms around, shimmy and shake. And then easy, back up, arms up and overhead. Humbly exhale, dedicating this breath to your body, to the honor, the privilege, and the adventure of housing the spirit in this most sacred of temples. Give yourself a pause so that you experience that yoking, that joining, that ability to listen to your body when it's resisting or doesn't have enough space or it has an issue. Slide your hands down, shift the feet. Try sticking this between your ankles. If you have a trouble, oh, good job. Look at you, are loosen the hips too. Did you ever hula? Oh, hula hoop? Oh, but you hula hooped? Oh, really? We should have a hula hoop class. It's so good for you. Do you guys hula hoop? We have one of the boys is a hula hooper, a hooper. Really? Around your neck and the arm and all that thing? And really? Wow, we've got one wakeboarder. She's ridiculously good. Now we have a hula hooper. We could have a whole, like, what do you call it? Like a circus. Sit up next to it. Stick it right in between the two. Between your shin and the, kind of just right in this little slot right here. Uh-huh. Good, don't move. Here we go, sit tall, breathe, but inhale. Big wings, armpits, press down. Ridiculously good hula hooper. All right, next week you bring it. 3 more. I used to have them. We sold them. Inhale, lift up. And easy, slide on down your heart line. Pausing at your breastplate again. Taking a view. Feel the tingling, the circulation, prana moving in your body. That orderliness as we move through, holding the inner thighs. Press down, lift your chest out. Pull the shoulders back. Press down on your inner thighs. Elbows are up. You really give yourself a lot of space. Elbows are up. Give you a lot of space so you can kind of move that. You can hula hoop, honey. Hula. No hula, but hoop. Good. Pressing down on the inner thighs. Long distance between the unattached ribs and the pubic bone. Now spin around. Spin the ribs around. Good. Breathing, Vivian? Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. Good. Really massage that in those organs. How is it, Andrew? Feel it in the neck. Easy. Come back into the center, arms out, up and overhead. Exhale that left hand off side the knee so you work on the diagonal and pulse that elbow up over your ear. Good, get more movement in your body. You can hold on to the shoulders if you want. It's will, right? I'm so close. Don't, add a little energy in your fingertips, darling. The raindrop hand. Keep that right bottom on the ground now. So you're pulling the body away. Good, and rebound up. I should have remembered that. Here we go. Happy cactus, jazz hands. Lift your chin, Andrew. That's good. Get some air in your arms. Then to the left side, dive on down. Crown down, elbows up, stomach in. Use your fingertips to torque the body over that thigh and put your mind in your right thigh so you get spaciousness all through the side lungs. Stretch your arms out a little further, Viv. Breathing. Those unattached ribs add a sense of mobility to your thoracic spine. Those ribs protect your lungs. There's an ability to move. The wings slide along the outside of your back ribs, and the upper torso can swivel towards that left thigh, and you surrender the weight of your head down towards your knee. Breathing. Mitchie, march around. Lift your voices and share your love. Mitchie, march around. Sasha's dreaming. Right hand's gonna go. Come around behind you. Left hand's gonna go on the knee. Press down. Slide that back hand near your tailbone so that you can get those shoulders to stack up. Lengthen the neck. Look over your right shoulder. Eyes are wide. Breathe in, breathe out. Exhale through the navel point. Breathe in, breathe out. Look over that right shoulder. Says, oh my God. And now I'm going to sign up for Orange Theory. I'll be crippled every night. Breathe in, breathe out. And then easy, Mitchie, march around into the center. Nice. Shimmy and shake. Loosen up your chest. Loosen up your head. Sweep your arms out, up and overhead. Inhale. And humbly exhale, slide on down, dedicating this breath to your mind and to your sweet, most radiant, kind and compassionate self. Dedicate the next breath to your curiosity and your creativity. Dedicate the breath to your dedication, to your well-being, to the expansiveness of your forgiveness, to the expansiveness of your nurturing. Dedicate your breath to that yearning for conscious contact, for a relationship with the divine. Feel the energy between your own palms, that smoothness of your brow. And that opening of the inner gaze, that adeptness of your inner vision to move through the body, directing breath to the areas that have resistance or are darkness or wrinkled or compressed. Working with the hollowness of the body. And easy slide your hands out and fold your knees in. Again, you can rub the knees and stretch the legs out, bounce the knees. Couple of little 3 breaths up and just bow down, undulate, equalize, inhale, lift up and bow down. And inhale and lift up and bow down. And inhale, lift up, hold it up. Wrap the hands easy and pull the knees in. You're going to cross the ankles and roll into child's pose, which means you're going to roll over onto your front side. Separate your knees. Let your toes touch. Really open your knees wide so you can crawl yourself out and then soften down with the brow of your head at the earth. Arms are long, tailbone settles on your heels. And easy breathing. Inviting, good job. Inviting yourself to bow down to, this, we're still in the midst of that global, esoteric, energetic body that's filled with prayer between Passover and Easter and Ramadan. And actually there was the Hindu holy ceremony more than a week ago. So the energy of prayer, the global prayer, that ether body, it's easy to slip into that. So we slip into gratitude, we slip into head below the heart, the valves of the heart relaxing, the tailbone releasing that energy, the kundalini, the chi, the cerebral spinal fluid. The life force is rolling up the spine towards the center of the brain. Try and settle your bottom onto your heels. Try and walk the hands out a little further so you feel it in your armpits. You feel that extension and that softening in the backside of your heart. Beautiful. And the breath flows freely in you. You can really feel the back ribs separating slightly as the breath is buoyant and full. Always encouraging that movement of the sweetness, of the goodness in you. Breathe your achy little toes and your feet easy. And then easy, dig your little fingertips into the ground and lift up your palms and shimmy and shake. Arms are long, elbows are off. Shimmy and shake the upper body, loosen your shoulders. Good, lift, that's good. And then lay the hands down and inhale up onto all fours. Pull the knees into parallel underneath the hips and kind of wag your tail, wag your tail. Good, easy. And then spin your body, your hips around your knees. Easy, taking care, careful, David, of that ankle. There you go. Let your arms bear some of the weight. Go the other direction. Come on, hula hoop. You're never going to be forgotten now. I want to see the exhibit. Really spin your hips around, get yourself loose, and then come into the center. Shoulders are nice and over the wrists. Hands are flat on the earth, and then articulate the tailbone. Pull the tailbone towards the heels, press the earth away and look through your thighs. Then flip the tailbone up to the sky. Drop your belly, slide your chest forward and look up. Loosen your jaw, and then exhale and round. That articulation of the tail, that lengthening, pubic bone flips away from the unattached ribs. You stretch your stomach, yes or no? Looking up at the sky. Ooh. And then exhale. Good, a little more wiggling, a little more making space in the body. I'm sure we had chocolate eggs or something like that. Malted eggs. Come back into the center. Of course, Ramadan, you don't get anything. So come back into the center. Elbows, the wiggle the elbows and get the elbows nice and strong. You're going to curl the toes. You're going to press down on the fingertips and particularly the the forefinger and the thumb. That will keep the ears away from the shoulders. Curl the toes and lift up into plank pose. Yeah, they want to be a little more sore. No, darling, that's a different pose. If you're going to Orange Theory, you want to have push-up strength. So, trembling. You need to bear your own weight. Suck your stomach in, push the heels away, squeeze the elbows together, drop the shoulders, make a pleasant face, breathe in. You can go on your forearms if you want. Go on your forearm. That's perfect. There it is, Vivian. Breathing in, breathing out. You can rock back and forth on your heels. Easy. Now lift up each extremity. Lift up your left arm, put it down. Right arm, put it down. Left leg, put it down. Drop your buns there, Lee. What are they doing up in the air like that? Good. Put your stomach. Put your stomach. Chest is over your thumbs. Breathe in, breathe. No. Don't give up yet. 10 breaths. 1 and 2 and 3. Strong arms. Use your thumbs. Use your forefinger. Use your fingertips. Use your armpits. Use that thoracic spine. And easy. 3 more breaths. 1. Push the heels away. 2. Body is strong. And 3. And knees down. Oh, good job. And now drop your chest between your thumbs. Let your bosoms go between your thumbs. Your elbows are up. Your chin is down. Your fanny is up. That's pretty. Breathe. 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 Decompress your gut and then slide your legs on back. Flatten your feet. That's good, Vivian. You can join us here. Slide your arms forward and easy come into Sphinx pose. So anything touching the ground is part of your support system. Roll the shoulders, slide your chest forward, breathing in and breathing out, really opening up again the ribs, pulling away from the crest of your pelvic hip bones. Pull the legs together, see if you can feel the ankles and the inner knees coming together. And then look over your left shoulder and see if your eyes can be wide open and you can see your heel or someone's heel. Oh, there you go. Good job. Chest is up. Breathe in, breathe out. Look the other direction, turning the head, keeping the breath flowing. Coming back into the center. Now lowering, keep the legs together, lowering the bosoms down and stretching the arms back behind you. If you feel what happened, Lee? If you feel, oh, look at you. Hello, you were dreaming about something. That's good. If you feel like you want to grab your hands, you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift the chest. Keep some form in the legs. You can just lift your legs up, Andrew. And your thighs up. That's good. Keep them straight. Just strengthen the back. Melissa, I can't see you. Good. A little higher, Brenda. 3 more breaths. 1. Little higher, Will. 2, 3, and lower on down. And easy. Let the heels drop open. Cross your arms underneath your head and turn your cheek to one side. Breathe. Breathe easy. Just notice what it is with circulation, where the body tends to grip and where you're easy, relaxing. Turn your head the other side. Change the arm that's on top. Loosening up in the neck, relaxing. Good job. Noticing what it's like to be, let the heels drop open to the outside of your mat. Let your toe, that's it. That releases the lower back. Good job. Notice how your ribs feel as you breathe, and notice the breath moves into the back lungs. And easy, come back into the center. Slide the hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale up onto all fours and just hinge all the way back to your tail. Keep your arms as long as the way you can. Don't bring the knees to you. Let your buns settle back on your heels. Let your arms slightly drag back towards you. Just stretch out the upper chest, the shoulders, the deltoids. Feel your triceps involved. Feel your arms nice and long. Breathing in again. Now squeeze the knees together. Lift up the palms. Lift up the palms and walk your hands off to the left. Careful, Andrew. Don't go with this. Good. Buns, sit on the heels, darling. Keep the wrist up. Keep the palm up. That's it. Walk your hands a little further, Gordon. You feel it? Yes or no? Yes. Stretch that arm. Lift your wrist up, Justin. Yeah, spider fingers. Sit back and then walk around the other side. Keep the knees together if you can. Keep your fanny on your knees so that you really get a huge opening in the side body. You never really stretch like this unless you're trying to get something out of the back seat of your car. Breathing. And then Mitchie march back into the center, up onto all fours. I like this song, it's fun. Sorry, I lost you. Breathing in, breathing out, up onto all fours, long spine, shoulders away from the ears. Easy. Curl the toes. You're gonna simply lift up your right leg. Push the heel, push the hands. Breathing, and then swing that right leg out to the side. So off your hip, all the way forward. Swing it back all the way across your body and look over your left shoulder. See if you can see that foot. You can let the foot drop onto the ground. Good. Twist the body. It feels great. And then lift the leg and pull it back all the way off to the side. Lower that leg down. Right little toes on the ground. Left arm stretches up to the sky. No, right arm stretches up to the sky. Sorry. Oh, look how beautiful. Nice job. And then lower that arm down, lift the leg up, spin it all the way back to even hips off of your right hip and lift up your left arm. Trying to coordinate the brain, coordinate the flow of electricity. Leg is as high as the hips, arm is by your ears. And if you're thrill seeking, you fold in and grab that foot. Good, it's there. And lift the thigh, lift the chest, smile. Thigh a little higher, chest a little higher. That's good, you feel it? Yes or no? Careful, Viv. Higher thigh. Breathing. Now you like this one. And then, are you breathing? No, you're not. And then release. Release, organize it, and lower on down. Wag your tail. You can spin yourself out, around. How you doing, Will? Good. Roll the arm. The lucky thing about this is we do the other side. You can decide whether you'd like your toes curled under or the feet flat. Do you feel it in your wrist? It's because you're double jointed in your arms. You see how your arms go? Turn them all the way. See what happens there? Now you want to pull them back so that the creases of your elbows face each other. So, and your hands stay open. So what's going to happen is that your bones stack up differently than you're used to. So you may feel some adjustment through the wrist. So easy. Left leg is going to go out behind you. Arms are straight. Look at the fingertips. You can pull the hands a little bit out from you if you want, Gordon, an inch or so further to the front of your mat. There you go. But get that forefinger and thumb down, breathing. Same as you might want to pull that left arm out a little bit, Sasha, towards the front of your mat. See, because you can see the creases in your elbow. And then pull that left leg over. Look at your toes. And then swing that left leg around all the way across the body. Look over your right shoulder. Wow, you feel so agile, so curly and curvy. Breathing. That's good, Vivian. Breathe. Use your fingers. Lift the leg up. Bring it all the way back out off the left hip. Lower it down. Roll the foot so the outside blade of the little toe is on the ground. Pull it forward more. Good. Sasha, more towards me. That's good. And then roll it, open it up. That's it. Breathing. Try not to break in the wrist. Good job. Press on the fingertips. Use your armpit. Strong arm. Breathing. That's good. Stretch a little more, Will. My favorite side. That's it. Lift your chest. And then lower that arm down easy. Lift the left leg up. Swing it around to the back. Adjust the hips. The hips will be even. Right arm floats up. Good. By your ear, breathing. Fold in. Grab that hand. Grab the foot. Kick the foot in the hand. Lift the thigh. Kick the foot away from you. Lift the chest more. That's it. Make it have a counterpoint. And then release and lower down. And easy, wiggle around. Sit back on your heels, curl your toes under. Look at your arms nice and long. Drop your head down, 3 breaths. PU. Isn't that what you said when you were a kid? PU. One more breath. Then inhale up onto all fours, adjust the elbow creases, lift your bottom up, exhale into downward facing dog, cuddle the feet. Shake out your head. Vivian, if it gets too much, that's good. Pedal the knees, pulse your chest towards your thighs, lift your left leg up to the sky. Bring the left knee to your chest and see if you can drag that left foot forward between your hands. So runner's lunge, safety first, top of the knee is over the foot. If you can't get it there, what you do here is you just drag it. Just drag the darn thing, that's it. And then just stay right here in this lunge. So you have some distance. You can drop the back knee, flatten the back foot, hold on to the front thigh, breathe in, breathe out, stretch up, sink down, stretch up, stretch up. Rolling the chest. If you're in the mood, strong on the front foot, you can stretch the arms up to the sky. Slide on down. Go all the way down to the ground. Curl the toe, lift the back knee. You can just change your legs, Vivian. They're going to do the wild thing. Going to sweep that leg up to the sky, kick it a little bit, lower it down, right leg goes up. Bring the right, and you can just move it around so you get space. Bring the right knee and the right foot between the hands. Lower the back knee, lower the back foot, hold on to the front thighs, sink in, roll the shoulders. Good. Pull that foot out a little more, Will. Careful, David. And then lift the left arm, lift the right arm. Anything on the ground is your support. Top of the foot, lunge in a little more. That's good. Lift the chest. Curl the chest up, look up. Slide your hands. Hands are by the front foot. Lift the toe, curl the back toe, lift the knee, swing that leg up, kick a little bit. If you want to do a vinyasa, you can. A vinyasa would be that you're just going to easy lower yourself down, flatten the feet, lift back up, and roll into down dog. Otherwise, we all join ourselves in tabletop, cross the ankles, and you get to roll on down onto your backs. Tuck your knees into your chest, hold on to the knees. Each hand goes on the kneecap, and you spin the knees in a nice circle. And then you reverse, remembering that each kneecap fits in your palm. Moving that thigh bone in the hip socket. And easy, let's hug both knees in, drop the feet on the ground, take the right foot over the left thigh. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Take a couple of breaths there, noticing the movement of the shoulder girdle, the wing bones, noticing how you have to exaggerate your exhale to get the empty breath out of the bottom of your lungs. And then exhale, flatten the belly, open your eyes, reach for the sky, and we're going to thread the needle. So you watch your fingertips. The right hand's going to slide through the triangle window. The left hand's going to go on the outside of the thigh. Tuck it in and lay your head down. Put some energy in your feet. Try and get the back of your skull on the ground. Push through each heel. Good. Oh, there it is, yes? Oh, good. I don't know whether it flies where he came from. Good job. Breathing. Tuck your chin in just a little bit so the back of your skull is on the mat. Oh, how's this? What, Justin? Are you crying? Almost. Breathe. Draw that breath in big, create space, push that foot. Oh. Now try and straighten up that left leg. Now you're good. Oh, you have the darn fly now? Well, I lived in the Canary Islands. There was a million flies. Breathing.
Breathing. I'm breathing whenever you're not talking to me about breathing.
Okay. I know you'll hear me all night long. Now easy. Go ahead and lower that foot down. Keep the same leg crossed where it is. You're going to take your arms out in a T. You're going to lift your hips up, and we're going to go for a spinal twist. That means you thrust your hips to the right, drop them down, and roll all the top arm and leg to the left. Let the left arm come over the other way. Go the other way, Gordon. There you go. Get that top knee down so that you, right arm comes over to the left, like a baby. And then you take the right hand on your eyes to shade from the sun or to get the fly and twist away from your knee. So you create that great spiral in your spine. How's that feel, Andrew? Is that good? Good job. Keep the other arm, the right arm out there on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, and then you just put the hand on your eyes, your left hand on your eyes to look from the sun. Now let's see. This way. I don't know why this is. It should be down like this. Yes? And then this can just go, oh, mon Dieu. Breathing. Okay, we'll go for the flies on the other side. So easy. Exhale onto your backs. Roll back onto your backs. Unhook the legs and bounce the hips. Bounce the hips down, down, down. That sacrum, that strong lip of your pelvis, down on the ground. Just loosen up anything that's stuck. Hug both knees into the chest. Drop the feet on the ground with the knees bent. The right foot comes over the left thigh. The arms inhale overhead. 3 breaths. Inhale. And as you exhale, reach the hands to the sky. Look through the window. The right hand goes through the window. Left hand grabs the thigh. Tuck it into your chest. Lay the head down. Breathing. Did you do that last time? You might have done the other leg. It's okay, dyslexia strikes constantly. Now straighten up the right leg. That's good. Pushing through the heels, both heels. Reaching. Good job. Now easy, lower that left leg, or your right leg, sorry. Lower your right leg. Put your arms in a T. Lift your hips up. Push through that heel. Keep that left foot involved. Now swing your hips to the right. No, swing your hips to the left. You got me all messed up. Swing your hips to the left, drop them down, and roll to the right side. The left arm claps the lower palm. That left knee is on the ground. Take your hand onto your eyes and look away. There you go. Yeah, this is the side I want you on. Something's wrong. This, no, keep that foot there. Then it's like this. Yes? And then you have to flip it because you did this side last time, right? As long as you feel it. Yes? Okay. Uh-huh. I want this hand to be here. But you're backwards too. Now come through this way. And go this way. And change your hands. This keeps the fly away. Yes? Yep. It's good, isn't it? Good, you should feel it in the obliques. Good. You can change your hands if you want. Yeah. So you don't wreck your shoulder. Good. And then easy, very softly, go ahead and roll onto your backs. Undo the legs and bounce up and down with the hips. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Bounce the hips down, down on the ground. So you bang on the ground. Boom, boom. Don't be afraid. Boom, boom, boom. You can feel it resonate, and that's strong. And then hug your knees into your chest. And easy. Drop your hands by your side, lift your hips up, make little fists, and slide your arms underneath your body. Straighten both legs to the sky. Those of you that are familiar can go into shoulder stand. Otherwise, we're going to stay here for 30 breaths, allowing the feet to open to the heavens, allowing the valves in your legs, in your main arteries, to relax, to feed the digestion with that cosmic juice. Keep breathing, keep counting. Relaxing the shoulders, feeding your complexion, feeding your brain. Soles are open to the sky. Feet are to the sky, darling. Good. Try and put the legs together. If they start to tremble, that's okay. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, straighten the legs, reach for the sky. One more breath. And then easy. Give yourself a little kick with the legs up to the sky. Remove your hands and roll down slowly. Let your arms go by your side, palms down. Slide your legs out. Lift your chest up. Drop the crown of your head onto the earth. Fish pose. The most vulnerable of the poses. That yearning of your heart for conscious contact with the divine. The viscera are exposed. The crown of the head is on the ground. The chest is up. It's more action through here. So this is here. Oh, my God, really? Oh. There. Breathe. Straighten the legs. Lift. Are you all right? Breathing. Stretching. Press down on the elbows. Good. Lift the chest. Good. 3 more breaths. 1, 2, and 3. And easy. Slowly roll down. And then bring the legs up. Hold behind your head. 30 breaths again. Hold behind your, twine the fingers behind your skull. Lift your shoulders and chest. And again, that rapid breathing. Clean out the last of the angst. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Use your belly. Chest is up. Head is up. Head is off the ground. Good. In the nose, Baba. Otherwise, you'll pass out. Oh, don't give up yet. It's just breathe in and out through the nose. Breathe in and out through the nose. 10 more breaths. Breathe strong now. Go for it. Inhale. Strong, strong, strong. Squeeze everything and lower down. Big legs, big arms. Breathe. Lay out like a starfish on your mat. Breathe in, breathe out, even if it smells like cows. Breathe. Relax your face. Relax your arms. Relax your legs. Relax your breath. Relax your body. Corpse pose, Shavasana. The body rebalances itself naturally. The nervous system releases. The prana flows through the body, and your ether body is surrounded by that warm and sweet honey-like nectar of the gods, that amrit, that sweet honey of the honeybees, that sweetness relax the stiffness, the angst. Being in the pleasantness of the moment, the release, the relaxation. The arms get tired and you feel that you're working on some issues of release. You can always let the hands move on to your low belly, or one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. We take the opportunity to surround ourselves with the honey, to relax the large muscles, to quiet the mind, to simply be in the moment, to simply be in the breath. The body likes to rebalance. The body, the vessel, yearns for balance, release. The spirit yearns for contact, for smoothness, for ease. The body receives grace. Mind quiets when you change the breathing pattern. So you soften yourself, enjoy yourself. Om Radha Krishna, Om Radha Krishna, Om Radha Krishna, Om Radha Krishna. So that sweetness of life going on around you, the softness of the wind, sounds and smells of the gardeners, the sounds of the plains, the soft purring of the kittens, the soft snoring of the puppies. We are blessed to practice stillness, to practice caring for ourselves. Om Radha Krishna, Om Radha Krishna, Om Radha Krishna, Om Radha Krishna. So easy. Easy, letting your breath pull into your navel point. The breath will draw you back into your vessel. Let the breath get a little larger and move into your fingers and your toes. Move your fingers and move your toes, and let your thumbs slide across your fingertips so you reconnect that nervous system. Be happy we're still finding our way. On the next exhale, gather your hands to your heart. Gather in all that love, that light, that sweetness, that energy, the abundance. And then release your fingers or twine your fingers and roll your arms so the palms reach out and above onto the mat over your head. The palms face away from your crown. Step your straight legs together and then point your toes and push your heels and wiggle in your waist. Flutter your eyelashes. Move your mouth around. Inhale, exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Stretch both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. And then easy. You can roll off to either the right side or the left side. Take a breath in that fetal position. And then push yourself up to seated. Something that's comfortable for you. Sit easy. Make sure you visualize that earthboundedness, your seatedness and rootedness. Then the arms reach out from the wing bones and the fingertips up and overhead. Thumb and baby fingers squeeze, older fingers open up like the petals of the lotus blossom, making yourself your own chalice, your own cup that slides down your heart line, receiving that same vibrant cosmic waterfall. Exhale the fingertips gently together and drop your mind towards your heart. You find yourself in that ancient and sacred greeting, this place where we bow and honor and welcome the light, the shiny, sparkling, incandescent great spirit within ourselves and others. We know the sameness of our breath and the sameness of our blood. We thank ourselves for being present and a part of. And thank you so much for being part of this urban yoga in the tent, on the Zoom, this experience of gathering. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.